Hey guys, I'm Chris Norwood, and I'm on a journey to hear every song ever recorded. And today, I am going to be checking out the brand new New Year's Eve released track, actually New Year's released track, No Son of Mine by Foo Fighters. It's going to be off their upcoming record called Medicine to Midnight. I love the artwork for that album that's coming, and I have a really good feeling about it. So I really enjoyed Shame Shame. I know a lot of you guys didn't, but this one was supposed to be the sort of the antithesis of that song. So we're going to check this out. And again, as I've been doing in other reaction videos, I cannot play the actual song. So I'm going to be listening to it on my headphones, and I'm going to give you guys a treat of hearing a song that I guarantee you haven't heard before while I kind of let this song sink in. And also, unlike the other reactionists, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I listened to this song last night around midnight. Actually, about midnight 18, I think, is when I listened to it. Maybe midnight, somewhere between there and midnight 20. But let's just check it out. This is Foo Fighters from Medicine at Midnight. No Son of Mine, the second single. I'm clicking play now. Now.
No, 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 no.
3 minutes and 28 seconds. Get some lyrics.
Life gets in the way. What am I feeling out here in outer space? I can't express those feelings in any sort of magazine. No way, no way.
A wicked deed, head full of evil, head full of greed. No son of mine, no son of mine.
Time to play. Last chance, not disgrace.
You're living dead, and the guy with one foot in the grave. Say, don't forget what your good book says.
In the graveyards, in the graveyards on YouTube. In the graveyards, in the graveyards on YouTube.
You're the power that's in me. Marching the Sodom down on his knees. No son of mine, no son of mine.
In real life, have come and realized beautiful life takes monkey paws down. I can't rap, I frown. I can't be taken down. I'm so happy now.
The screams! Whoa! The breakdown.
Haunted places, past chances, blood disgraces. Did somebody?
Guitars are going insane.
To make it. The graveyard, in the graveyards, in the graveyards.
Na-na-na.
In the graveyards, in the graveyards.
The guitars are great.
In the graveyards on YouTube. Oh, yeah.
A lot of religious imagery.
In the graveyard.
Put in the grave.
The graveyard.
Angels lost in the sands. Don't forget what your good book says.
In the graveyards, in the graveyards, in the graveyards on YouTube.
have a very unorthodox hot take on the Foo Fighters. I feel like they've gotten better with age, and Shame Shame in this song really proved that. I was not a fan of the first several Foo Fighters records. I know, they're 90s rock and roll radio staples, but I just was very bored with those first few Foo Fighters records. Just bleh. It was like they were built around a single and the rest was just kind of garbage filler. It's my hot take, people. It's my channel. I do what I want. It wasn't until In Your Honor that I felt like the Foo Fighters were on the verge of making like really important, well-made rock music that was sort of timeless and not a product of the 90s or even the 80s in certain circumstances. The Foo Fighters have sort of crossed the bridge where they're making music for themselves, for musicians, and I think it's still for the fans. And I really like this. I really enjoy it a lot. The religious imagery in the lyrics are really perfect, but they're not blasphemous, which I like. They're not really not criticizing religion. It's just been done to death in rock and roll. We don't need to do that anymore. But what is the song about? No son of mine will ever do the work of villains, the will of fools. So even though when you hear the title, you think that it's negative, like no son of mine, it's really a positive message. They won't do the work of villains, the will of fools. If you believe it, it must be true. It's kind of a knock on idiots, I guess. So then the son will never need to beg forgiveness, no wicked deed. Head full of evil, head full of greed. So these are all, these are great things to not want your child to do. Here we are, living dead, hand to God with one foot in the grave. Age of lost innocence. This is getting me emotional. These are great lyrics. Much better than the kind of, I liked Good Charlotte's new song, but man, this is just lyrically demolishing it, and musically, and vocally, and creatively, and emotionally, destroying anything that Good Charlotte have done. Well, not everything, but let's see what else. Here we are, the living dead. Okay, no son of mine, repeated 4 times there. And then, no son of mine will ever be under the power vested in thee. In you. March into slaughter down on his knees. That's good. I don't want my son marching into slaughter down on his knees. Here we are, the living dead again, repeats. No son of mine repeats 4 times again. And then you get, he will never say words of illusion. Oh, this I pray. Heretofore take my name in vain. These are all things that you definitely don't want your children to do. And then here we are, the living dead, and no son of mine repeated 6, 7, 8 times at the end, and then it cuts off abruptly, or maybe I just lost my my headphones at that point. But yeah, so he doesn't want his son doing the work of villains, fools, or believing things that aren't true. He doesn't want his son begging for forgiveness, doing evil deeds. He doesn't want his son to have a heart or head full of evil or greed. He doesn't want. He sort of acknowledges that humans as a whole have lost their innocence. And the line, don't forget what your good book says. It's not so much a knock on religion as the religious. It's not a knock on the religion, it's a knock on the religious. Very, very deep stuff. He doesn't want his son under the power of someone else, or marching to the slaughter, or down on his knees. He doesn't want his son to lie. He prays that his son will not lie. And he doesn't want his son to be taking his own name in vain. That's kind of weird. And so the repeating, here we are, the living dead, hand to God with one foot in the grave. Age of lost innocence, don't forget what your good book says. I think this says a lot about modern times, particularly 2020. But you know what, guys? 2020 is over. Ciao! And yeah, Foo Fighters, Shame, Shame, and No Son of Mine. This record is on track to be one of the greatest Foo Fighter records of all time. Trying to think what, cameraman, cameraman. What else? So Medicine at Midnight is the brand new Foo Fighters record. It's coming very, very soon. And this is the first video I've shot in this new year of 2021. And I hope you guys have a great one. Again, I'm Chris Norwood on a journey to hear every song ever recorded. And this has been my discovery of today and yesterday, this year and last year. That's Buddy back there on the couch. Please subscribe. Subscribe.